Into Studio 10, I'm Joe Emer.
And I'm Jennifer Lambers. As mentioned, Chelsea is on assignment. We're going to check in with her in just a little bit.
Yeah, I was just looking into some tickets for my wife, my daughter, and my mother-in-law for Christmas Jubilees. So they're going to go on out and have a great time. It's so much fun to head out there.
I would say one of my favorite things is always the dip stations.
The dip stations?
Yes, they give you like the pretzel sticks and you get to go and try them all. My favorite thing about heading to any of this.
More incentive to go check it out. In our talkers this morning, comedian Conan O'Brien has accepted an invitation to host the 97th Oscars telecast. That announcement was made earlier this morning.
Yeah, so organizer.
Yeah, so I know there are people who like love Conan O'Brien and people who are kind of like or don't really watch too much. I love him. We grew up when I was in college is when he first started to come out with his late night shows, and his humor was just off the charts bizarre.
Yeah.
And you either kind of like enjoy that or you're kind of like, what's he doing? But I was always one of the ones who thought he's brilliant to listen to his podcast. So I'm excited about this. I think it's a good choice.
I always like it whenever they choose kind of the comedians to do it, and they make the funny jokes that kind of come at other people's expense, but you get to see everyone else's reactions in that room and like they kind of highlight them on the camera. So hopefully we'll see some of that. So again, next month.
Yeah, and I don't think with him as the host, it will be like too downright mean, nor will it be overly political.
Yeah.
I think it will be more just entertaining, and I think everyone is okay with that.
Exactly.
So that's good.
Yes.
There's nothing wicked about this deal. Amazon Prime members will have the chance to travel to Oz earlier and see the highly anticipated movie before its release.
I can't believe this. I think it'll go well for things like this, but I think if they start to do it with every movie, then I think there's going to be more of that exhaustion for people of spending more money, because I have to spend money on this plus also the tickets.
I think it's going to take over. I think since they started this trend, access to Disney Plus, you get in early to whatever. You know, I think it's going to be a lot of that stuff.
But also the key word there, which I didn't see before, is select theaters.
Right.
So hopefully it comes to our area for all of those of you that are excited to go see it. Your Amazon Prime members already. But I'm excited to see it. But also, have you seen all the Wicked stuff out there?
It's a lot.
I want to know what their marketing budget is. It is insane what they're doing with it all.
And a lot of times you do that to market a film, but I think you go real heavy if you feel like this is a success for sure.
Yeah.
And I think they're at that point. I think they know they have a massive hit on their hands.
I think Barbie was like one of the highest.
Yeah.
I need to see what this one comes out at afterwards.
If we get those figures, we'll let you know.
Yes.
It is a great weekend, as we mentioned, to do some Christmas shopping.
Yeah, the Junior League of Mobile kicks off its annual Christmas Jubilee today.
That's where we find our friend Chelsea Sayasan. Chelsea. Mimosas there, espresso martinis here.
Exactly.
We're all just living the life.
It's a great Friday vibe happening across the Gulf Coast.
Great weather vibes, too.
It really is. I'm so excited about this forecast as we do take a look at conditions coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, great stuff. Sounds like any activity you have planned for this weekend, it's a go.
It's a go. That's exactly right. And it's starting to feel a little more seasonable. And so also the holiday season, it's upon us. It's starting to feel like it. And if you're looking for some great gift ideas, we've got you covered.
I visited Punta Clara Kitchen recently to get the details on some gift goodies and a whole lot more. You heard I was thinking
you were
for
thinking
you.
of me.
Yeah.
Oh.
What a great gift idea for meteorologist Jennifer Lambers or anybody else in your life. That's such a cool place.
It really is. Every time you go in there, it's also so homey feeling. It's just a nice feeling. And like you walk in and all the ladies there, they just greet you with the big smiles. They're cooking in the back and you can just walk around and find something for everyone.
Great stuff. All right, when we continue here on Studio 10, it's time for another Big Friday kickoff. We're talking... It's a great weekend to do some holiday and Christmas shopping.
Yeah, the Junior League of Mobile kicks off its annual Christmas Jubilee today.
That's where we find our friend Chelsea Sayasan. So Chelsea, what have you been getting into? I see you look like a candy cane, first of all.
You do.
And it looks like you're standing next to something that's red and white as well.
Busy day. And you know what? I think I made the nice list solely because this forecast is a lot better out there. So good news to hear. Well, coming up, we're getting some holiday baking secrets from an executive pastry chef in a live interview. And then Well, welcome back into Studio 10. When it comes to holiday traditions, there is an unmatched charm in baking homemade recipe creations to enjoy with and gift to loved ones. Now, joining us today is executive pastry chef Michelle Palazzo, who is teaming up with Pelugra Premium European style butter to share pro baking tips and recipe inspiration for the holidays. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Michelle.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, starting off first, do you have any holiday traditions for which you do some of this baking?
Yeah, so I have so many holiday memories and traditions surrounded by this time of year. And specifically, I love baking with my grandmother. You know, her holiday recipes and her baking techniques I still use today. And, you know, baking with her actually inspired me to become a professional pastry chef.
Well, we love to hear that. And so what are just some of your favorite holiday recipes that you have?
Yeah, so my holiday recipes both bring comfort and elegance to a table, and I love making scones this time of year. You know, my Gruyere and parsley scones are really perfect for any occasion. And then for dessert, you know, my show-stopping cranberry raspberry Linzer tort with this beautiful lattice crust is really such a showstopper and perfect for our holiday landscape. You know, both of these are classic recipes with some professional baking tips involved.
They look beautiful. And so focusing more on those tips, what do you think is the key ingredient to creating the perfect pastry?
So the key ingredient, whether you're making sweet or savory, really comes down to using high quality ingredients. And, you know, people know that butter equals more flavor and that butter is so important in our overall outcome of our baked goods. And that's why I love using Pelugra European style butter. You know, it's made with that 82% butter fat and also is slow churned. And, you know, that slow churn will actually give you, make it easier to roll out and become more dependable. And it will actually give you richer, more buttery texture every single time.
Some great tips to keep in mind there. And then do you have any advice for those that are wanting to gift some of those baked goods to loved ones during the holidays?
Yeah, so whether I'm making baked goods for my loved ones or I'm producing all of our holiday offerings at our bakeries, you know, I want to ensure that my product stays as fresh as possible. You know, we put all this time and effort into making all this stuff. We want to make sure that it ensures some freshness, you know, and using a higher butter fat in our actual butter when we're baking actually will retain more moisture and will keep your products lasting for longer. And because Pelugra is made with that 82% butter fat, it's actually the perfect choice for all of your holiday baking.
Well, I learned something new today, so thank you for that. And maybe our viewers did too. Where can they go to get more information?
So for more information in these baking tips and recipes, you can visit pelugra.com.
And as always, we're going to have all of that information on our website, fox10tv.com, under the Studio 10 tab. But thank you so much for joining us today, and happy holidays.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Fox's The Masked Singer introduced a new group of singers Wednesday night, which resulted in the unmasking of another celebrity.
Fox's Ashley Dvorkin spoke with them about their time of the show.
That is one of those things about the show. Like if your costume is like huge and you want to be mobile and stuff, it makes it harder. So depending on the costume you get, I think that's an advantage.
It really is. And also to learn about that song too.
Right.
You don't have much opportunity to breathe during it.
That's right.
Well, listen to this and shine up your bundt pan and heat up your oven because Friday today is National Bundt Cake Day.
Not bad. Bundt cake pan. Some of that video was Nothing Bundt Cakes. We've done some stuff with them before on Studio 10. Always delicious.
Always delicious.
Yeah.
The white chocolate raspberry, solid.
So good. So if you want to celebrate, go head on out or make one for yourself. So a fun show today. Lots of food and drink. Chelsea had fun at Christmas Jubilee.
She did. Thank you to our control room back there for keeping us all in check. There's Liz waving. So again, we'll have more Fox 10 Midday after this.